I know I told you the last video was going to be the last video, but I also told you that when we get ready to take this old girl to a car show, I was going to take you along with me. Today might be that day. Quick update on what I've done to it. We've got the new starter installed. I rebuilt the carburetor, rebuilt it this time. Put that back on. Seems to be running much better. Starter's doing what it's supposed to be doing so far. Okay. So today what we're going to do is going to go ahead and put new brakes on the front of this thing. New rotors, calipers, pads, bearings, and seals. Let's run through that real quick and then we'll take this thing for a drive and see how she does. Actually, the pads and calipers are new. We put them on last week. Didn't have the rotors at the time, but now we got new rotors, seals, and bearings, so we're going to go ahead and change them over and complete this thing, hopefully. See, that backing plate leaves a lot to be desired. She's bent up pretty good, but that's okay. Oh yeah. Even got the races in it. That's awesome. We got to do that. Okay, this is the fun part. Okay. Well, it's going to take a while. I'll be back when this is done. I'll drop the seal in, put her on. Far out. Ain't nothing left to do. Take her for a ride and see how we did. Let's do it. Hear a little bit of a squeaking. I don't know if that's the brake pads. Not really sure. Seems to be running better than she did. I rebuilt the carburetor. Brakes feel pretty good. It had that same ringing sound before. I hope it's not the starter. Kind of thought before it was the brake pads rubbing, but I'm not really sure. Even though the carburetor is running good, still needs some tweaking. Got a little hesitation. I'm not wondering if that whirling sound, I don't think it's the brakes. I wonder if it isn't the water pump. Chasing gremlins, I don't know. I think they're cheap enough, so I mean it's worth probably throwing a new one on just to eliminate that. I can't really pinpoint it. I don't know if it's maybe back brakes hanging up or what, but just process of elimination at this point, I guess. Let's throw one on, see if that doesn't eliminate the problem. And maybe we can get this thing to the car show tonight. I don't know. I'm really hoping we can, though. All right, guys. Well, it was worth a try. I still hear that ringing noise. But couldn't hurt to put a new water pump on it. The water pump that was in there came off the 350, so no telling how long that thing's been on that. But anyway, I'm back to the brake thing, only because I'll tell you why. When I put the new pads on, there's a clip that holds the rear one in the piston, but there was no clip on the front, and the front just kind of hung there. It's rubbing. I think they're rubbing on the rotor. I think I'm going to have to figure out if I'm missing a clip or if I got to fab something in there to pull that pad away from the rotor. I don't know. But I'm back to believing it's the brake thing now. But anyway, tonight is the night. We're going to take it to our first car show. I'm going to take you guys along. She's going to be a work in progress for a while. I realize that. There really isn't much more to video on that truck until we decide to do the drop spindles and whatever else. If I got to put a new gas tank in there, a sending unit or whatever, maybe bundle all that stuff up into one video. Visor brackets and all that crap. We'll throw a video in later on in summer maybe. I'm thinking next week I could throw a video up giving some love to the old F-150 because that is the truck we're going to be using to haul a new project in here. And she needs front brakes. Also, while we got it apart, I want to do, there's a little bit of an exhaust leak on it. It needs a little body work. Now, as we're speaking of project cars, in the past, I've always had to rely on finding a vehicle that's running and driving because I have no way of, well, you've seen the setup we got here, of unloading it off a trailer and trying to push it down the driveway into the backyard. So it might take me a little while to find that right vehicle without having to spend $1 million on it. So in the meanwhile, I'll throw the F-150 in there. We'll spruce her up a little bit, and hopefully by the time that's done, we will have connected with a vehicle that we can get down in here and start to work on. As soon as the wife gets out of work, we'll be heading to the car show. See how she does. Here's a little update on the ringing noise I've been hearing forever. This right here. It's rubbing on the inside of the rear drum. Holds one of the springs in place, came apart, and was rubbing on the inside, so that problem is solved. No more ringing. Also, got our hole cut under our seat. I got a jack we could put in there, a bag of tools, jump cables, whatnot. Good idea to have when you got an old vehicle like this.
Are we good to go?
Good to go.
All righty.
Oh.
Wow.
Couldn't do that again.
Holy
that awesome.
smokes.
Should have caught that on camera.
I think I did catch that on camera.
That was wow.
You're
right on your head.
You're wild. I know, right?
Put that down.
Yes, I am. Trying to.
Come back. early. There's hardly anybody here. Well, there you have it. Ole Blue's first car show was a little sparse. We got a little busier later on in the evening, but I shot a lot more footage. But when I got home to unload the camera, half of it was gone. I don't know. User error again, I'm sure. Had a lot of interest in her. People asking questions. And, she was the oldest one there, which was kind of cool. There's a lot of newer vehicles. I was kind of surprised by that, but I guess times change, you know what I mean? But it was fun anyway. Met some people. All in all, not a bad showing for a first time. That was actually the first longer drive I've taken her on. And I have discovered she's going to need some shocks. Yeah, especially in the rear. We're going to go ahead and do that this summer. Get that taken care of. I'm quite sure that she's going to nickel and dime me to death. That's okay. We'll work on it a little bit at a time and get her all straightened out. So I guess where we're going to go from here is pull the F-150 in. We'll do a video on that, get her all straightened out, and by that time, hopefully I've locked down a vehicle we can pull in here and start working on. This vehicle will be a flip vehicle, so not that that matters, I'm just saying. We'll be flipping this one. I got my eye on a few of them. Just trying to get the logistics down to get it here. Back before I was doing the YouTube thing, after every restoration, I would build a guitar in tribute to that car. Here's a couple of tributes I've built for the past vehicles that I've done. So I think this is a good way to finish off this video series on Ole Blue. 46 Chevy truck, build a tribute guitar in her name. Let's take a look at that.